This is Across Music, one of Sailor's famous bespoke nibs and the brainchild of legendary nibmeister Nobuyoshi Nagahara. It's a stacked nib made from two gold nibs welded together and puts down a super broad wet line. It's an absolute blast to write with. Now, these bespoke nibs were never what you would call affordable, and with gold prices going through the roof for the last few years, they're now painfully expensive. So what if you want to try a stacked nib but don't want to splurge on one of Sailor's bespoke creations? Well, there are these affordable, seemingly factory-made Chinese nibs that I covered in a separate video. They run about $30 to $40 and are surprisingly well made. The catch is that they are hard to find online. They don't fit pens that take regular Bock and Jowo nibs without some tinkering, and there isn't much variety yet. But what if you want something that fits your existing pens, and maybe something handmade and artisanal? Then you might be interested in these. Stacked nibs made from regular Jowo steel nibs, crafted by small independent pen makers and nib workers. Let's take a look. This nib is called Chem Stacked and is made by Jose Munuera, a Spanish nib specialist. It's made from two broad nibs welded together, and the upper layer has a really cool hammered finish. The grind is similar to Across Music, in other words, a two-layer architect-like grind. If you look closely at the tipping, you will see that the upper layer hooks into the base layer. This is the same technique that Sailor uses. The precision and quality of the welding and grinding here is just outstanding. This nib gives you a lot of line variation, and while there is a bit of feedback, it feels pleasant to write with. The pen I'm using here is a Stylo Steel exclusive Leonardo that came with this grind. This particular model is not available anymore, I believe, but Stylo Steel does sell other Leonardo pens with Jose's stacked nibs. For more on Jose's work, check out Nib Lab on Instagram. Next, we have this nib by Gina Salarino. It's slightly rounder than Jose's nibs and sits somewhere between Across Music and Across Point. It's also more understated. What I mean is, you can't easily tell that it's stacked from a distance, since the upper layer completely covers the base nib. Another difference is that Gina doesn't use the hook method. Instead, each layer is ground flat. Here's a side-by-side comparison with the Chem Stacked. It is a delightful wet writer, and you do get some of that architect flair. While Gina only recently got into nib stacking, she is an accomplished nib grinder who studied under John Mottershaw, another legend. Gina attends many US pen shows and is also coming to Tips this year. For more on Gina's work and event schedule, check out Custom Nib Studio on Instagram. Now here we have something different. The additional layer was welded to the underside of the main nib, giving it a striking look. The nib is called Cobra and was created by Monty Winfield. As the name suggests, the inspiration here is clear. It's a modern take on Nagahara's King Cobra. The nib is exceptionally smooth and it's effectively a monoline. It's quite a paintbrush and a fun way to test out ink. If you flip it over and reverse it, you get a stub-like grind that is fine enough for daily use. Monty Winfield sells this and other stacked nibs online at montywinfield.com. Finally, we have this interesting creation called Reverse Stacked Cutlass. It's made from two double broad nibs and is clearly inspired by Nagahara's Cross Concord. In other words, it functions as the reverse cross point. What you get here is something close to a fine nib, but when you rotate it, it becomes as broad as a highlighter. The nib is made by Damien from All in the Nib, another accomplished nib grinder who, just like Gina, attends many US pen shows. Check out All in the Nib on Instagram for more on Damien's work and event schedule. So there you have it, 4 artisanal stacked nibs, all made from normal Jowo steel nibs, all compatible with common Jowo threaded fountain pens. What are your thoughts on stacked nibs? Do you have one, or is there one you're dreaming of? Let me know down in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe for more. Thanks for watching.